That's Retro Fandango. That's Retro Fandango. When it's Android over iPhone and you can keep your stupid amiibo and always bashing on Nintendo. But that's Retro Fandango. That's Retro Fandango. Thanks, Retro Fandango. Oh, wow.
There we are. Welcome to Retro Fandango, our episode on the video game Bloodshed. I'm here. Richard's here.
Mm-hmm.
I made a big stink about how we were going audio only, and then I ended up posting the video of the last episode.
Oh, it's your prerogative to do the opposite of what you say you're going to do.
That's my move. That's my thing. Well, the reason why is I didn't realize until after I was on the Cartridge Club podcast. We were talking about the game Okami, and I was talking to Rocket Sauce how he posts the Cartridge Club, and he posts the video after, and I'm like, yeah, why don't I just post the video after? It's no big deal. We don't have to do it live, but I have the video file to do the audio. All I gotta do is, like, once I'm done, just do a video, do an audio, put them in two different places. It's no big deal. So for you people who love the video portion, you're still going to get video. It's just not going to be live. That's all it changed. I got to move my garbage can. Hold on.
How many things do you have in that room?
Oh my God. It has been so stupid lately. Just been ridiculous. So
you've been doing a lot of house cleaning or something?
No. Well, sort of, kind of. I have been selling a lot of stuff on eBay, been getting rid of a lot of crap. And I like for the last 3 months or so, last 90 days, I've accumulated quite a bit of stuff that's been sold. But like in here in this room, I've been joking that it's become shipping and receiving, because it's just been totally, stuff being boxed up and all that stuff. Like, the video game stuff is easy, right? You just put it in a bubble envelope,
sure,
send it off. But like the amiibos and the special edition games and all that, those require a box. So anytime we've been getting something from Amazon or whatever, I've been keeping the box and all that. So I have, because I slowly been, like, when I post it, before I post something on eBay, I make sure that I have a box for it, that it's ready to go and to be shipped. So I'm not selling something and then, well, how much? And then, like, that way you can measure it and weigh it and all that. And the shipping price is all up front and all that stuff. So I've been keeping boxes. I've been keeping newspapers for packing inside the boxes and all that. So what I've been saving up for, I've been saving up for a new guitar. I've been looking for a Fender Stratocaster. And
isn't that the Wayne's World guitar?
Yep, that's right.
Okay,
that's right. Well, it's really the most famous guitar, probably. Like, there's that in the Les Paul, but the Stratocaster's probably tops it a little more. I think, like you knew it. Did you know? I said Les Paul. You didn't know what a Les Paul is, right?
We made a joke about that once. So
okay,
if you hadn't reminded me, I would have forgotten completely.
So it's probably the most famous guitar. Anyways, I didn't.
Wayne's World.
Well, I didn't have one, right? And I know, like, people are like, well, you got a guitar. You already have a guitar. Why do you need more guitars? They have different sounds.
Because buying a more expensive guitar makes you a better guitar player.
They have no, it doesn't. That. It really doesn't.
Everybody knows that.
It really doesn't. I trust me. If that were the case, I'd be Eddie Van Halen right now. But I have different sounds and all that stuff. Anyways, that's what I've been saving up for. I was originally going to get a Paul Reed Smith guitar, but I already have a Gibson SG and I have my Eddie Van Halen Wolfgang guitar, and there's too much overlap. So this was something separate. So I was going to drive Sarah nuts, like, all summer long, because we have a few road trips planned. We're going to be going down to see a few concerts in the summer, and, like, going to take a couple of days in the area to scope out and I was gonna go like drag her to some guitar shops and that to look for the Strat. And then on Thursday, no, that was yesterday, Wednesday, Tuesday, earlier this week, sometime earlier this week. It's been a bit of a crazy time. There's a guy like just 10 minutes down the road that posts this Fender Stratocaster guitar, and it's a beautiful guitar. And the price he's asking for the guitar is fairly comparable to what you would pay for it brand new in the store. So in of itself wasn't a great deal, but he packaged it with this amplifier and cabinet that's behind me right here. Maybe I'll do some camera work here. He packaged it with this nice thing. Head and cap. So that thing alone, that's almost the price, that like double the. So I could, like, if I hated this thing, I could take it and I could sell it, and that would pay for the guitar. Anyways, I ended up driving over there and picking it up. So I got myself my Fender Stratocaster.
Hey, look at that.
Now it's not white like the one in Wayne's World, but I enjoy this. It's like a pea soup green almost. But it goes well with the nice cream pickups. But what a guitar looks like, it doesn't really matter. It's about how it plays, right? Like that's the action on it, how well it plays. You know, can you hear any of that? Probably not, eh?
I can hear little guitar sounds. Yeah.
Anyways, I think it's out of tune a little bit. No, it's okay. Anyways. So I've been getting rid of stuff in here as it's been coming out. I just kind of like filled it all up again this week with this crap, and now I got too much stuff in here once again.
Well, I was gonna say you just swapping one thing for the other, but I thought you were still in the process of saving up for this thing, but you already took the plunge there.
Well, I do have to sell some things to make up the difference, but the deal was just too good. Like, if I wanted to, I could sell that and that would pay for the guitar in of itself, and I'd be even. But I've been digging that amplifier a lot. It's really cool. It's got 2 channels on it, and the one channel, like, it's just like you can plug the guitar in, turn it on, and instant, classic British rock and roll tone. Think Queen or I don't know, like the Kinks or something like that. It just sounds great. Just got some really good growl. And then you can flick it over to the other channel and you can do it's got lots of headroom in it, as we like to say in the guitar world. It's lots of clean headroom, so you can put in all your effects, like your flanger and your phase and your chorus and your compression and all that stuff. So you can get nice little delay and play like Eddie Van Halen, or try to sound like Eddie Van Halen. So there you go. That's been my life lately.
All right.
Yeah.
I understood what you said about video games.
Yeah. I've been selling video games. But I
was wondering, because I thought you had done that already. I thought you got rid of pretty much all your gaming stuff a while ago.
Oh, no. I got rid. What I sold was all the cartridge-based stuff I had. I had like, the NES, the Sega Genesis, the Super Nintendo, all that stuff I sold. I had kept the Atari and the ColecoVision because honestly, they just are not worth that much. And the place I sold it to wasn't that interested in buying them. And I'm okay with that. I like having, I got my 2700 plus system that, I could put the cartridges in and play it through HDMI and all that. So I don't mind keeping those. I have them all up there.
That'll give you your fix of fitting a cartridge into a system.
Right. Exactly. So what I still have, I have PlayStation 2, Xbox, whatever else. I got rid of all the GameCube stuff. That was like, that went pretty quickly. I still have 2 Super Nintendo games. They're both sports titles. Yeah, I got like Super Bases Loaded 3 and another one. I can't remember which
How
one.
did those 2 slip through the cracks?
Nobody wants them.
All right.
I got like the place I sold them to, they were not taking any sports titles. It didn't matter what system it is. They were not taking any sports titles. So I had them left over. So I've had them on my table. Like anytime I go to an event or whatever, I sell them, and I have $5 written on them, and nobody wants them. So I put them all on eBay. One did sell. Guy bought NHL 94 for $15 Canadian.
Right.
So there you go. That's $15 I didn't have before. And but the other 2 sports titles are just still sitting there. So whatever. Somebody will pick them up eventually, though. That's what I'm learning while I sell on eBay, is that, you know, it's really weird. Like, you can't predict what's going to sell. Like, I've had stuff, like I had a copy of Halo Combat Evolved for the original Xbox. I brought that to every show I've ever done. Every show, like the Barrie Game Exchange. I did one in Oshawa. All the shows I did here at the Hammer Mall. Had it on my table. $5. Make me an offer. Take it for $2 or $3. You know, nobody.
Well, who doesn't have Halo, right?
I put it on eBay. I looked at the price, like what it was selling for, and it was like $20 plus shipping. I'm like, all right, I'll give this a try. I doubt it'll sell. Gone in 3 hours. Somebody paid for it. Gone. I'm like, oh, okay, sure.
I guess, yeah. I mean, somebody's always starting collecting, you know.
Yeah.
You get somebody on the right day at the right moment.
Meanwhile, there are collector's items of things that I have that haven't moved. Nobody, you know, I don't like, some interest here and there, but you know, a lot of it is just like people kicking the tires, like, hey, would you know, take $10 off or whatever. And I'm like, I just posted the thing, like, give it a few weeks, and if it's still there in a few weeks, then maybe hit me up. But you know,
sure. Yeah. I'm down to last scraps of my gaming stuff, and I've been thinking of that too. Let me just get rid of the rest of it. But I hate doing it locally, because I know, you know, I make nothing. I take it to a shop around here because it's an import item. Like, you get a fraction. I know if I take it back home, I'll probably get a better deal. Maybe I'll stuff them in a suitcase next time I visit. Yeah.
Well, you know, it's different local and selling on eBay too, right? Like, it's just a different people are looking for, I don't know, different things. You have a much bigger audience on eBay, like much bigger.
Oh, sure.
You know, so,
but I think it's like you said, a lot of people, as soon as they see something, like, hey, how about half that price?
Yeah, and I don't know how serious those people are, right? Like, they're just looking for a deal kind of thing.
Sure, because they're just going to pick it up and then turn it around, you know?
Yeah, and flip it themselves. There was one guy at it was weird. He messages me. So I had a collector's edition of a game called Life is Strange on the original Xbox. And I don't know, I think I paid $50 for it back in the day. It was actually a gift for Sarah because she was really into that game. And she doesn't even look at the Xbox anymore. So she's like, yeah, go ahead, sell that. So, you know, I looked at the price online. It was going for $120 Canadian. That's a pretty good turnaround. So I put it online, and within a few hours, this guy contacts me. He's like, I want that game. That's all he says, right? And I'm like, cool. Okay. I have one for sale on eBay. Check it out. And so he comes back. He's like, what's the best price you can do? And I'm like, I just posted it. Like, same thing. I just posted it. Give it a few weeks. If you see it's still listed in a few weeks, hit me up. Then, like, maybe an hour later, somebody else messages me and just best price. So again, I give them the same deal. The second guy buys it right away.
Mhm.
Then the first guy messages me, hey, can you send me photos of it? I'm like, I just sold it. It sold it to somebody else. The guy messaged back. He's like, yeah, that was my friend. I told him to buy it for me. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Like something just seems really weird about this. So I had already shipped it. It was already gone. Like as soon as I got the
Mhm.
thing, it just what the timing, right? Like it was like, okay, I sold it and I was on my way out the door. So I'm like, all right, I had it all boxed and ready to go. So I just put a label on it and off it went.
Right.
Then like just yesterday, he messages me, hey man. I'm like, oh great. So I kind of ignore it for a little bit, and he's like, did you ship? And then like a few like minutes go by, question mark. And I'm like, okay, I better answer him.
Mhm.
So I'm like, yeah, I shipped it. He's like, he comes back, he's like, okay, cool. And then that's it. That's all I heard from him. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah. So I'm like ready to tell him, like, okay, if you have any more, like, ask your friend, because I didn't really sell it to you. I sold it to this account. I
Right.
can't be like, yeah, it's ready and it's at this address and all this stuff. Like, I can't do that, right? Like, I don't know.
Right.
I
Right.
really don't know who this guy is. I don't even know if he knows the other guy. I don't know anything.
Sure.
So, anyways, that was a weird one. But most of them have been great. I finally wrapped my head around too. Like in Canada, you can ship these games through letter mail, which I've always been really nervous about doing because there's no tracking or anything like that. So
Right.
any game that's like, expensive, like 50, 60 bucks, anything really over $30, I won't, I insist that people pay for track shipping, which is expensive. You're adding about another $12 Canadian onto the price of the thing. But I don't want to send out a game and a $50 game, and all the person has to say is, I didn't get it. eBay, I never got this
Yeah.
game.
Sure.
The guy never
Mhm.
shipped it. Right? That's all they have to do. And eBay will always side with
Side with the buyer.
always. They'll never, like, you could you could take photos of yourself dropping the thing into the mailbox. It doesn't matter.
Mhm.
They will always side with the buyer. So, something that's like 10 or 15 bucks, if it gets lost in the mail or whatever, okay. So I started, like, I just sent out like 2 things like that with like, so basically all you do is you just put it in a bubble envelope,
Right.
and you can put it in like with where you would send letters, as long as it fits
Yeah.
through the mail slot,
Mhm.
and you have the enough postage on it. It has to be like $3 or something like that. So I just stick 3 stamps on it because I think a stamp is $1.40 now.
Ooh.
So 2, yeah, this is Canadian, right? So 2
Okay.
2 doesn't quite equal $3, but 3 of them will get you over the hump. So whatever. Anyways, so I sent, so I've been sending them through that. So I only have to charge people like, $3 or $4 for shipping,
Mhm.
and it's worked out really well. People have been getting their product and happy with it and all that. So yeah, that's what
Yeah, there
happened
you
there.
go. Is it kind of an issue where you send stuff out and it doesn't show up? The tracking and everything.
It
Is that a
has.
common issue, or people stealing packages, stuff like
I've heard horror stories of it. I mean, I'm sure you could ask Bill or Chris Roberts, and they'll tell you a million stories because they do a lot more of this stuff than I do, right?
that?
So they probably have a lot more stories about it going wrong than I do. But so far, since I've started doing this, I haven't had, knock on wood, I haven't had one problem yet. I've even been shipping to the United States, and there's been this whole rigmarole about bluster, fuck, whatever the hell they call it, about the tariffs and all that, and
Oh, right.
people getting charged with stuff being sent over the border and all that. I haven't had any problems. The only thing I've had to do was mark. I had to issue whatever it is. It needs a tariff code when it goes across the border. So I had to figure that out. and video games have a certain tariff code. So I found it, and I've just put it on a sticky note right on the monitor here. And anytime I send a game to the United States, I just have to make sure that tariff code is there. And so far, everything has gone through. Now, I don't send it through letter mail. I only send it through tracked shipping. And Canada Post will not send to the United States. I have to send it through UPS. You can use FedEx or UPS, but UPS is the cheaper one.
Sure.
And thankfully, like all this stuff, like the post office, I can just walk to the post office. And then UPS, it was actually one time I had to return something through Amazon, and they wanted me to return it through UPS. So I looked up, like, where is the closest UPS store to me? And it was all the way on Falconbridge Highway, which is about a half an hour away from me, which kind of pissed me off. I had to drive a half hour, freaking 1 hour round trip just to return an item to Amazon. So that kind of ticked me off. I'm like, there can't be something close by, whatever. So I get the item all ready and all that. I go in my car, and then I put in my phone UPS, and it brings me to a place that's just around the corner. Like I could just walk to it. But it's because on the computer I typed in UPS store, and it took me to the official UPS store in the Sudbury area. Where this is just a UPS outlet. Well, they'll take stuff. So I was like, oh, thank God. So that's been really convenient too, because I could just get up in the morning, get all my labels ready, walk over to the post office, drop them off there, then walk over to UPS, drop it off there. I got a nice little business going.
Yeah, it sounds nice.
I even picked up a couple of things at Value Village to flip. I'm a flipper now.
There you go. Yeah, because I buy a lot of stuff off of one of those sites around here. I found that it's so much easier to find movies and stuff that I'm looking for rather than just going fishing at the secondhand shops. But part of my brain has been wondering, well, yeah, should I actually start selling stuff on here? Just because you end up with stuff you don't need anymore,
right?
And if I take stuff to the shops, I get nothing. So if you can get a couple of bucks out of people online, maybe it's worth all the hassle of putting stuff in mailers and going down to the post office or whatever.
I find it is. I mean, I don't mind saying I've sold about 22 things, and so like eBay will tell you I made $1,300.
Ooh.
I know, not bad. But I really made about $800 because there's they factor in the shipping that people have paid for it, and then they factor in their cut of it. But still, $800 is not bad.
Not bad for a few envelopes.
Yeah. So yeah, I did that. I got envelopes. I got myself a little printer that can print off it's like a little startup business here. I got my little printer that'll print off envelopes. Or not envelopes, labels.
Mm-hmm.
Can I move it in front? Nah, it's all wired in there. I don't want to move it. Anyway, it's a nice, cool little thing. So
how long is it going to be before you become the obnoxious guy who goes to Toys R Us and like starts picking up all the hot items?
Yeah, that's me. Yeah,
just scalping them.
I'm a flipper. Actually, I don't know if you could do that anymore. Like, there's no more. I mean, maybe at Walmart you could, but Toys R Us is gone. Even
they're gone in Canada too.
There's a few that are left, but they cut back a lot. It was kind of weird. They had bought HMV, which was like a retailer that sold media, like movies and that. Did you have that in the States? Did you have that HMV?
Yeah, I believe so. Right.
So
I've definitely seen them here, but it's been a while. I don't know if they're still around.
HMV went out of business. They picked up all their stock. They were selling their stock in their store. It was all incredibly overpriced. There were a few times where they had some sales that made some days okay. Like there was like, okay, this is okay if I buy like 3 of these things and I get 25% off. It made it a little bit worth it, but for the most part, like their stuff was just incredibly expensive. So I can't imagine people were buying much of it. That's probably, but yeah, they were starting up all that and then they just gone, folded. So really now all you have are the dollar stores, Walmart. I mean, we're Costco people now. We have no choice. There's nowhere, nowhere decent, no, like to get anything. It's either Walmart, Giant Tiger, like clothing. You got Walmart, Giant Tiger, or some high-end clothing shops. That's it. There's no like Sears or Zellers or anything that sells middle of the road stuff.
Well, you just have to know your exact measurements constantly so you can buy stuff online.
Well, at least Sarah has bought quite a few things online, like clothing, and they're really good about taking returns, like no question asked, right? Especially women's clothing. Like men's clothing and bad, but women's clothing, it's all over the place. It's like a crapshoot, whether it's gonna fit or
It'd
not.
have to be like that now. I mean, the way things are going, everything, is shifting to online shopping. Or
Yeah.
if you want to go to one of the stores, you got to deal with the modern style of shopping where there's nobody there to help you, and you got to do all your own checkout and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I don't mind the self-checkout when like you only have like 2 or 3 things and you just want to get out of there. So like I don't that's cool. But if I got a lot of things, yeah, I'm going through the regular. Like if I'm doing
I just
grocery
prefer it
shopping.
in general. Like even if like I've had situations where there's nobody on the self checkout and there's like 3 or 4 people lined up for the one cashier.
Mm.
I prefer to support the human. I want that person to keep their job as long as possible. I
Yeah.
hate all this, just do it yourself mentality of the
Well,
stores. I
look,
like customer service.
this is the way I look at it. It's not your fault that they're out of a job. It is the
I realize that.
corporations.
Yes.
Be angry with the corporations. Don't put it all on yourself. That's what they want you to think. That's what they want you to feel.
Well,
And
hey,
it's
even
not
in
true.
Japan where, people are pretty nice and there's a low crime rate and everything, it's they're realizing the issue now is so many people are stealing just because nobody's watching them.
Mm,
You go up to the self checkout, you scan a pack of gum, but you pack up, 3 bags full of stuff,
yeah.
and you're out the door.
Yeah, it's funny that like I noticed that at Walmart and whatnot now, like they have a lot of things behind glass and locked up that they traditionally wouldn't have. And all the conservatives on the Facebook groups and all that, they're always like, "Oh, there, see that we didn't have that before, but there's so much stealing in that now. There's so much shoplifting happening. It's you got all these foreigners coming into Canada that they have to lock all this stuff up." And it's like, it's because of the self checkout. Anyone can take this stuff and just walk through the self checkout. You didn't have that before. Friggin' dummies. I can't stand dumb people. Just done with them.
Well, it's all related to theft. That's it. You gotta have people out there.
Yeah.
There's like a basic thing that clicks in people's heads. If no one's watching me, I'm gonna do something I normally wouldn't.
Well, not only that, the prices of things are incredibly like,
too.
What was the incentive to steal it before? To save 63 cents. Now it's like, to save $63, maybe. Anyways, Alec, we solved the world's problems. Do we want to talk about Bloodshed before it gets too late?
Yeah. I was very surprised getting ready here. There's no Wikipedia page for this game.
There isn't. And
but everything had a Wikipedia page.
Not this game. And it was confusing because I wanted to know if this was a PC exclusive game or not. And I rely on Wikipedia to tell me if that. So I had to go to like the Xbox store. Is this game on there? Yeah, it's on there. Is this game on the PlayStation store? Yes, it's on there. Is it on Nintendo? Yep, it's on there. It's on everything now. So not just
everything except Wikipedia.
But not Wikipedia. All right. So if you don't know what Bloodshed is, let me give you a little rundown. It was released in 2024. It is a retro-inspired first-person shooter developed by the German indie studio Com8 Com1. Com8 Com1 software. Why do you think that sounds familiar? Com8 Com1.
Com8 Com1.
Yeah.
Is that Dragon Ball thing? Com
No.
8, Com 1.
No, no.
They shoot out a fireball.
Reference things that I would know.
Com 8, Com 1.
Because I saw that, I was like, "Oh, that's so cool for a software
Is that some
developer."
sort of a DOS prompt?
You're close. You're very close. Think earlier, older than DOS. Yeah.
What, sticks and dirt? What are you talking about?
Talking about the Commodore 64.
Okay.
So when you would load up a game, you'd put your diskette in, and you type in load, LOAD, space, and you'd put what's that, a quotation, and then you type in the title of your game, let's say test drive. Then you put another quote, and then at the end you'd put comma 8, comma 1, and press enter. So com 8, com 1. It's a call to the Commodore 64. And the Commodore computers were very big in Europe, bigger than they were in the United States for a longer time. So okay, so they're a small team known for blending old school game design with modern mechanics, taking inspiration from classic 1990s shooters like Doom, Heretic, and Serious Sam. Bloodshed throws players into a gothic world overrun by vampires, cultists, demons, and other creatures of the night. What sets the game apart from its boomer shooter influences is its incorporation of roguelite progression and survivor-style gameplay, creating a frantic hybrid experience where players battle ever-growing hordes while unlocking new abilities, weapons, and characters between runs. The result is a love letter to retro first-person shooter games that feels both nostalgic and surprisingly fresh, making Bloodshed an intriguing entry into the modern revival of classic shooters.
So Richard, nice of you to write that up all by yourself.
Thanks, Chat GPT. You done it again. Yeah, so you're the one that brought this game to my attention. I had not heard of it. How did this game come across your radar?
For some reason, it popped up on Steam recommendations. Similar to something you've played before. And I was just looking at it. I was like, it just looks like another throwback shooter thing. And it just kind of popped up once or twice. I was like, whatever. I'll throw it on my wish list. I'll just keep an eye on it. And then very shortly after, it went on sale for, I don't know, $2, whatever it was. And I said, hey, I'm thinking of getting this game. I don't know anything about it. It just looks like a, old style shooter. I think I watched maybe the video trailer on Steam. It's like, what do you think? You said, sure, why not? I was like, okay, let's play this game. Now, I should have some understanding of what all those words meant that you said, because I did play through the game.
Yeah.
But I was not expecting what this game was. From what I saw in the trailer, I expected, here's the story. Bad guys do bad thing, you go stop them. And then you get put into level 1. Start here, fight, get to the end of the level, go on to the next game. Traditional video game, Doom, Duke Nukem style stuff where you fight your way to the end boss.
Right.
This had a very bizarre style I've never encountered before. I don't know what a roguelite means. I guess that has something to do with the progression system or the you die, you're done kind of gameplay.
So Rogue was an old Commodore 64 game where your character would go out into a randomly generated area.
Okay.
And you would go as far and as fast as you could into the area. And, you would find items that were random. You would find, you would run into enemies. All the enemies would be random. And the whole point of the game would be to get as far as you possibly could during a run.
Okay.
So those types of that, it kind of became its own genre, right? So any game that had that type of gameplay loop was called a roguelike.
So all roguelite always is referring back to that initial game.
Yeah, like the
Rogue.
word rogue, right? Rogue. So it's
Right.
kind of like
Okay.
Castle Metroidvania, right? Metroidvania, those two,
Mhm.
like that style of game. So there's a
Sure. Sure.
roguelike, Like, right?
Mhm.
Roguelike. This is a
Sure.
roguelite, Lite, because the areas are not randomly generated and you get to keep some of your items when you die. When you
Mhm.
restart for a new run, you get some, you're collecting money, you're unlocking more things. So it's called a roguelite because it's not, when you die, you start back at 0, right? This is like when you die, you start back at point
Mm.
0.5 kind of thing because you got some
Sure.
things.
Yeah, that was the thing that threw me is that you don't really keep everything that you acquire.
Right.
The money you do, like you collect gems
Yep.
and you can hang on to that.
Yep.
But like I would finish a level, I'd get a new weapon, and then suddenly start the next levels. Like, where's that weapon?
Yep. It's
Instead,
gone.
you have it's more like you have the ability to get it again. Maybe
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. Yep.
So basically, you choose a character. I don't think there was much of a story at all, other
No.
than stop the cultists.
Yeah.
So you choose a character, you get put into an area, which the very first area was quite small. It's like a little graveyard. And it's just a never-ending stream of enemies, and all you're doing is waiting out the timer. You know, you get 10 minutes. I think the first one was like 5 minutes. Just
Yep.
survive for 5 minutes, kill everything that's coming at you, and because of that, you can't stop. You can never, really stop moving. You're constantly going around, shoot, 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 avoid this, try to stay alive until the end of the timer runs out.
Yeah. If
But of
if you
course,
stop, even if you stop moving, if you try camping somewhere, the game like throws like it was something that came at you at your feet or something, started taking health
yeah,
away.
it took a while for that to happen to me, but
Yeah.
I think I had a point where I could stop in a corner, and it's like yeah, like a bomb goes off or
Yeah.
you get penalized for
It
just
forces you
standing
to
there.
move. You can't stay
Yeah,
in one spot.
right. But I got into it, pretty quickly. It took me a while to get a hang of all of the mechanics, and I um you start getting upgrades because at
Hmm.
first it's the first level's not so bad. Then I had trouble with the second level. It's like, oh, I don't have enough health. Like I'm just taking too much damage here. But then you start getting like little upgrades where you can extend your health meter, get a couple more weapons, things like that. And then it felt like, okay, I'm finding the balance here. And the game got a little bit easier. Then it got a little more difficult because they start throwing bigger, badder enemies at you, and the time limit goes from 5 minutes to I think then 20 and then 30 minutes. So some of these levels, it felt like, yeah, you got to sit there for a long time and just keep surviving, surviving, surviving. But after a while, I got a hang of it, and then there's new characters and stuff you can unlock, and um, it took me a while to also figure out that you could have permanent abilities. All that money I was
Yeah.
collecting, I was like, oh, okay, I could go to this other menu
Right.
and have like a permanent life increase or a permanent power increase or something like that.
So those permanent abilities make your next run a little easier because
Sure,
you're
yeah,
collecting experience points faster, or your spells last longer, or
yeah,
your character is stronger. So that's the idea, right? Is that you could, it makes, so you have a little bit of progression, so you're not constantly stuck in like a real hard loop every time. It's
sure.
theoretically, it's your next loop is supposed to be easier because that's not always the case because things are randomly thrown at you. So
Mhm.
sometimes you might be just, just get in an unlucky route or something like that, or unlucky run. But for the most part, yeah, it's designed to make your next run easier. And then you can start collecting money easier, and or more money through a run. You get more money that you can use to unlock more abilities, or the higher priced, more expensive abilities to make the next runs. So the initial runs, like the levels, like if you were just to run through all the levels in the game. I think it took me like with like 1 or 2 characters, you know, it took me like 8 hours, and I was pretty much finished. But then there are other things within the level as well where you can collect gold coins that will unlock
Yeah.
extra levels. Those extra levels do feel more like a linear progression in a traditional shooter where you go
Yeah,
through
that
it.
was a just get to point A to point B.
Right,
Yeah.
and you get money at the end of it that you can use for your roguelite runs.
Yeah.
And then yeah, there's just little challenges and stuff like that within each level that you can do to unlock things. So when you unlock like a special weapon in the game, it unlocks for all the characters in the game. Any of the characters can use it if it comes up in. So every time your character levels up, you get like a little menu system that pops up that says which upgrade do you want, and then that becomes and your upgrade. And certain characters can carry a certain amount of spells and a certain amount of weapons. And
Right.
I was when you initially mentioned this game, the first thing I saw was that there was a thing auto shooting. Like
Oh yeah.
you don't have to press the button, click the mouse button to shoot. You could it just auto shoots. And at first I was kind of like, I don't know about that. So
that seemed really stupid to me.
So I turned that off and I was doing the shooting. But then as I started playing, I realized what I was playing was Vampire Survivors. So I think you've heard me talk about this game before.
Sure, yeah, I've seen footage of it.
So this is pretty much just a 3D old school classic first person shooter in like Quake, Duke Nukem or that kind of thing, but played like Vampire Survivors, where you have a character, you're going through the area, you're taking out tons and tons of enemies to eventually level up, and you can go on to the next level and progress and that kind of thing. So it's laid out very similar to that. And in those games, yeah, you're just moving around, you're not actually shooting or anything like that. So like it's kind of the same thing where you just move your cursor onto an enemy and it just auto fires. If it's ready to go, if your spell or whatever is ready to go, it'll just auto fire. You can have control of it if you want, but
yeah, because all of your sub weapons are like that. You can pick up things like bear traps or scythes and other kind of weapons that'll basically there's just a like a charge meter. As soon as it's ready, it just fires whatever direction you're facing.
Yeah.
So I thought about that. After I played the game for a bit, I realized why the auto shooting was there. And it just felt like, oh, yeah, that might actually be quite helpful.
It is.
But I didn't turn it on because I always was afraid, like, well, I liked playing as the gunslinger guy. I think he was the guy I played the most. And he could get the rocket launcher. And I didn't want that thing firing off like when I wasn't ready for it, like right in my face. So I tried to keep control over it. I just enjoyed that one little aspect of like feeling like I have some control because everything else is just happening all by itself. Yeah.
There are also like barrels, like in any video game, full of some
barrels,
exploding goo inside them. And if you hit them, you take damage as well. So you got to be careful. But basically, I just like didn't look at them. I was like unless I was far away from them, I just kept my like I didn't look. Don't look at the barrels.
Yeah, you're just Cyclops without his visor. He's just constantly shooting everything he sees. Yeah.
So did the game run fine for you? Like it ran okay?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, because I had my computer in here. It has an AMD card in it, and for some reason, it just did not like this game at all. I went and I looked online, and other people were like, "Yep, it runs at 20 frames per second for me." I don't know what it is, and people have gone through like all these steps and everything to get, but it doesn't work. On my other computer that has an NVIDIA card, it ran no problem, 0 issues at all. So something to take into consideration if you're thinking about buying this game. Maybe make sure that it's compatible with this game, because apparently it has something to do. It has nothing to do with the graphics. The graphics are really simple. They are, like I said, equivalent to Quake. Like there are no the environments are 3D, but the characters are all 2D.
Yeah, they got that Doom thing where you catch them from the right angle, they're
Yeah.
just a piece of paper.
Or if you're up high and you look down, you can just see like
Yeah.
sideways 2D cardboard cutouts going around. But apparently it has to do with, I don't know, this is what some people were theorizing, but it has to do with like the map, like having so many characters on screen at the same time, and the game mapping their direction or where they
Sure.
go. Apparently that takes up a lot of, I mean, I had my monitor up, like I was monitoring like if there's any bottlenecking or anything like that. There wasn't, graphics card was fine, everything was fine. But anyways, just something to think about if you're thinking about getting this game. But apparently it runs all fine on all the consoles and all that. So I don't know how people play it with a controller. I gave it a little go with the controller just to see how it played. And it was okay. But like, if you wanted to like turn around, you were moving around so slow, like it's like a slow tank kind of thing. So, and this game is fast paced. It's like old school Quake. You're moving like a race car. You don't want to be moving like a tank. So, because you'll get slaughtered.
No, I went controller all the way.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Maybe it's why I had issues in some spots, but it's just I don't have. I need to get a dedicated like WASD, like mini pad or something, because I can't. The way I have my laptop angled, it's just I get carpal tunnel trying to operate keys here.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, you froze. Oh, there you're back. You froze for a sec. That's okay. You're good now. You're good.
That was my slow tank control.
It was your keyboard saying, "Oh yeah, you think so, eh? I'll show you." Okay, so you liked it though. You liked the game overall. You thought it was
yeah, overall. I mean, I wouldn't have paid full price for it. I was glad I got it for a couple of bucks, and I think it does go on sale quite often on Steam, pretty low. And I don't know if I'll ever go back to it, but I had fun with it. I did everything. I unlocked everything that I could. I did everything that I could. I tried all the characters. Like I said, I pretty much stuck with the gunslinger and the sorceress.
Yeah, I liked her.
I thought the initial guy, this guy, the young guy,
right? Yeah,
he didn't really have anything great.
Yeah.
Then there was like someone with a sword,
samurai,
lady.
Yeah.
And then like you get weird monsters beyond that. I don't know. I played around with for.
There's a wizard, isn't there? A wizard?
The wizard. He had like a cool like grappling thing. But I always found the melee weapons, when you start out, it's so slow. I want the distance,
Yeah, for sure. That's why I like the sorceress, because she had the wand that fired stuff, and then you had her second weapon was like the skull that came flying out of you. So it was all ranged attacks, and
plus she had the ability to stack spells. So if you could power up one spell to make it like more effective, but if you just got like 5 or 6 different things, depending on your luck of the run, if you get that many, then it's like you're constantly shooting something. Like everything else, one's charging but the other's firing, and then 2 more go, and then something else goes. The only thing that was annoying is her staff has the single projectile at first. I was like, okay, level up to 2. When you get that 2 shot, you can't hit anything, because it's going left and right of what you're looking at.
I was trying to collect the coins, like, and hit the spiders on the wall.
And
it was like, it's so frustrating.
So you got to wait until you get the 3rd projectile, and then it feels a lot better.
You get one down the middle. I ended up loving this game. I thought it was great. I will admit that after I played it for the 8 hours, I didn't unlock everything because I think I started playing it in April, and I just flew through the game so fast. I was like, okay, I got to leave some stuff for when we get closer to record time, because I'm going to forget everything, which I'm glad I did, because I came back to the game yesterday, and I started playing it again yesterday. And I had just unlocked the sorceress, and it was all coming back to me. So I think, like, after an initial 8 hours with the game, I think I'm kind of a little bit bored with it too, because there isn't
Yeah.
much in it. There's about not maybe a dozen levels, not even a dozen, maybe 10.
It's deceptive because the way the screen is laid out, it looks like there's space for more. Like maybe
Yeah,
they were planning on
I
adding
think
more things
so.
because
Yeah.
there's kind of like an empty space and there's like a tile in there
Yeah.
and there's space for more. So there's only two
Yeah.
campaign, like two levels, and
Yeah.
each one is only 3 or 4 stages. And I assumed, okay, I'm going to unlock a third one. The third one is just like a
Extras.
customized thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you can it's nice because you can go back to any level and like the first level you play is only 5 minutes, but you can then take that level, change the difficulty, change the time that you're there, make it more challenging for yourself. And there is a feature like when you get those upgrades, there's one I forget what it's called. It was something like punishment or torture or
Yeah.
I don't know, agony or something. And
Yeah.
it's like if you put that on, then it'll make the game more difficult. Like enemies will spawn faster. You'll just have a harder time. And I think you need that after you've played through the game because it does start to feel a bit easy as you go on and you get too many upgrades.
Yeah, your character, upgrades, and then it gets stronger and then by upping the difficulty, you up your chances to get more money too. So it
Hmm.
makes your the grind a little less, as you get better at the game in that too, because then you're not having to spend as much time to get the more expensive items in the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's this is the reason why, like, it's an indie game, right? And you can tell that they probably had plans. If this thing takes off, yeah, we're gonna make so many more levels, at least 4 or 5. It looked like they had
Levels,
space.
characters, sure.
Yeah, for sure. But I guess it didn't take off as they had expected, which is too bad because I do think it is a good game. But yeah, definitely, it's an indie game, right? You can tell why they go down this route because they don't have to make as many assets. They don't have to think of as much, planning for stages and what's the enemy's going to look like for the next stage and all that stuff. Like they could just come up with a handful of characters, throw it into, a procedural generated area, and then, that's it. They're call it a day kind of thing.
Yeah, it almost has the same appeal of something like Left 4 Dead, where you go through the same level and it's kind of Left 4 Dead was a bit randomized, like you don't
Yeah.
know where the zombies are going to be, what's going to happen there. So
Yeah.
this thing is just, you don't know what's coming at you, you don't know what you're going to find. So
Yeah.
you play through it, it's fun, then you kind of get bored of it, but it's like, it's still fun. If they ever updated it, if they ever added like another level to it, I'd certainly go back to it. But the way it is now, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
someday. It's
that's
not
why I'm
certainly
glad
not a bad game. It is
I'm
fun.
I'm glad I left some things for me to do, because coming back to it, it's kind of like I enjoyed that there was still stuff left for me to do. So
Well, I mean, finding the spiders alone, that's a nice little challenge for you,
yeah,
which I I was trying to be, very good at not looking things up, but there were a couple points I was like, I've been over this level 5 times.
yeah,
Where's that stupid spider?
they don't. The spiders also will change color on you too. They won't stay
They
gold. They
they kind of
blend in
flicker and everything's 2D, so it just slightly moves.
and
So
blends in
sometimes,
to the background. So
yeah.
sometimes you can't see them. So I did. Screw it. I looked them up. I don't mind
I,
saying
I I
it.
looked up a few of them, but then there were times I think in the very last level I actually just found them outright. I was surprised, and there was the one that's like the hedge maze. Like you
Mhm.
go around and it's like, okay, I found one just by chance, and then all right, I
Yeah,
give up.
yeah.
Tell me where to go.
Well, then for me, there was that one uh boat level where
Mm,
I went through all the boat looking for the spiders and all that. Couldn't find anything because my thing was is I tried to look for them at the start of the level before things got too crazy, right?
Yes,
So I'm on the
yes.
boat. I go through everything. I can't find it. Whatever. So, I just kind of stay in one spot, shooting, killing, and all that. Second run, I do the same thing. Go around the whole boat looking for the spider. Can't find. I found one. Couldn't find the other two. I can't find the other two. I don't know where the hell they are. So then finally, I'm like, screw it. I'll go check online. I go check online, and it turns out that as time progresses in this level, areas of the boat open up. I didn't know
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah, when I went
Oh,
past them,
right. Oh, you're talking about the
it was like a river boat.
the river boat. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It was like I didn't know that. Like, yeah, it opened up to a bar, and then another
Yeah,
area
there's a
opened up to
bar and like
a,
a
a
dance hall
kitchen
or something.
with a
The
kitchen off to the
kitchen, yeah.
side. I was like,
Mhm.
I, god damn. Then there was that other level where it starts. You starts off at the docks with a big. There's like a big Ferris wheel in that. And I
Mhm.
played that one, and I was like running around this area and all that, and kind of just going around this Ferris wheel, and then going around this like little village kind of thing with a few houses in it. I'm running around there. I'm like, I can't find anything in it. And then I went to look online, and it turns out there was like the entire thing is like the whole level is a huge circle. And I was in
Mhm.
like maybe 1/8 of the circle. I just kept going
Yeah.
back and forth, and I went all the way around like, oh, pays to
There were
explore.
so many times, just like you said, the thing changes color that I would go around, like the paddle boat level. I know for sure. I would go to areas where I assumed was like, okay, I found one over here. Obviously, if I go to another section, there's going to be some distance between where they hide these things.
Yeah.
So I went to a place where I assumed it felt like there should be one here. Like if I were designing this, I would put one here. And I looked and I didn't see anything. And I went over the game so many times and I finally looked it up. And then I realized, like, oh, yeah, it is where I checked. I just didn't see it because you have to keep moving
Yeah.
so fast in the game. You can't sit and look around. And then it's like, oh, yeah, I could have sworn I looked there 7 times, but no, there it is.
Yeah.
There's one time I actually really impressed myself. Um, I was looking for those stupid spiders and I couldn't find them. I was like, you know what? I got the rocket launcher. I'm just going to start shooting everywhere. And
And you got it?
eventually I'm going to hit it. And I just looked at a wall and I shot blindly. My very first shot, I found one.
Nice.
I couldn't
Oh,
believe
wow.
it. I was just like, I'm just going to start shooting everything on level. Shot it. There it was. It was behind. I couldn't see it, but I
I
just
suppose
managed to get it.
I suppose that's the other advantage too to not having the auto aim on is that you could shoot at areas that don't necessarily have an enemy there, right? Because if you have the
Yeah.
auto aim on, you can't shoot unless there's an enemy there. It won't shoot.
Well, oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think if you click, I actually never checked, never tried to like with the auto aim on to try to shoot at something that unless there was an enemy there,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I assumed it was just firing constantly because there's no ammunition. You just keep fire, 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 fire.
The rocket launcher fires all the time. I think you have to be.
As soon as
I
as
I
soon
don't
as it
know.
charges up, I don't know.
Maybe I didn't get the rocket launcher. I don't know. I might not have. Which character unlocks that one? You
The
remember?
gunslinger.
Gunslinger? Maybe I didn't. Maybe I
Basically,
did get
yeah.
it.
I mean, there were a couple of weapons I didn't use. The Uzi I tried out. I
I
didn't
hated the
really
Uzi. Yeah.
like that one. Basically, gunslinger. He had the sawed-off shotgun,
Yeah.
and then he gets the rocket launcher, and that's what I used. And
Huh.
then I just used you pick up the scythe or
Yeah.
whatever, and then the sorceress, you have her wand, and then all the other magic things, and they all had like a special action. Like he could slide, the gunslinger. So if you're in a tough spot, you could slide out.
Yeah.
She could do the Princess Peach
Yep.
hover thing, which is great whenever you hit one of those explodey zombies and they
Yeah.
leave like goo all over.
Goo.
You can
Yeah.
just hover over and collect all those experience gem things.
Never picked up on that being Princess Peach, but yeah, that's probably intentional to make her like
Uh,
that.
that's the first thing I thought of.
Yeah.
And I loved when you got the because there were these what were they, tombstone? No. Like torches or something. Like what what do they call them? Braziers.
Oh yeah.
That would just like appear randomly all over,
Yeah.
and then when you destroyed them, you'd get something. Like maybe you get a couple of gems, or there would be the smart bomb, and if you got
Yes.
one of those, it just like
Yeah.
nuked thing in the area.
Yeah.
And if you then there were the other orbs, the vacuum, that would make it easier for you to collect things, and just all those orbs and gems start rushing at you.
Yeah. I remember too at the
I
beginning
feel
of the game, like I was playing, I was like, man, this game could really use like an on-screen map. And that was one of the things you can unlock. And I'm like,
yeah,
it'd be
yeah.
really cool if you could like see the enemies on this on-screen map. And then that was one of the other things you could unlock. I'm like, okay. I
So
see
yeah,
it.
when you start, it's very bare bones. Everything has to be unlocked.
Yeah. But it's like easy to pick up and play. It's like if you played a first person shooter, there's nothing that you don't have to think about like where you need to go next or anything like that. The enemies will come to
Yeah.
you. They'll find you. So
Even the upgrade system, which I wasn't sure I liked at first, it's like just as soon as you collect enough experience points, it automatically stops the game, and
yeah.
this little like menu pops up. I was like, oh, that's going to get a little annoying. I'll be in the middle of something, and this screen pops up, but no, you appreciate it as
Yeah.
soon as you
Well,
get the chance. Like, oh,
it's
please, like make me faster.
it's like any RPG where at the beginning it's popping up quite a bit because you're leveling up quick, and then it starts slowing down because you need more experience points to.
Yeah.
What was your favorite like upgrades? Like I tried to focus. Basically, I would stick to just a couple of like just one or two weapons, because I found like if you started getting collecting too many weapons, that was too many things to upgrade, and you weren't getting as much money when you would collect those chests. Like if you killed like a bigger enemy, there were certain bigger enemies,
Yeah.
they would leave a chest. So the chest, you pick up the chest and it'd be like a loot box kind of thing, where you'd get like 3 different items, and it would put in your items, like whatever weapons you're carrying that you can upgrade, or whatever spells you're carrying that you can upgrade. It would put those into the thing. So if it had those in there, it would start upgrading those. A lot of times I just wanted money to buy a permanent upgrade. So I just stuck to a couple of weapons, and then like a weapon and a spell basically is what I stuck to, like a weapon and a spell. That's what I liked about the sorceress. She had her weapon and her spell and good to go. But then I would get like I like the magnet thing that would, so it would create more of an attraction around your character, so we collect more experience orbs better. And then tried to stay away from the health upgrades until later, because you didn't really need them at the start. So I'd get that, and I like, make character stronger, like try to make my attacks, like I'll just stick to a couple attacks and make those 2 attacks as strong as possible. And I found that got me through most of the levels on a run or 2.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was so much trial and error at the start, because you want to see what everything does. So I'd try a little bit of this, a little bit of that, realized, okay, forget about the Uzi, forget about the shotgun, anything like that. Just
it made no sense.
Yeah,
it made no sense for the gunslinger to have a shotgun upgrade, because he comes with a shotgun.
So his basic sawed-off shotgun was great.
Yeah,
I didn't use his melee at all, like the trident.
I
stayed away from that kind of stuff.
That was good for like those female ones that would come like right at you.
Oh yeah, they were like the witch in Left 4 Dead. They would just run at you.
Right. Yeah. The Deadite.
The Deadite, the hag.
Yeah. So yeah, that melee attack was okay for them, but for the most part.
Yeah, there were a couple of enemies that would run at you. They were like the skeleton pirates. They would run at you.
You could hear them coming up from behind you, like you hear that clickety clack. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great, because all the enemy types, they behave differently, so you had to watch out. Is this one going to shoot me? Is this going to run at me? This one explodes. There were some really big ones too that took quite a lot of damage. And then they would drop those little treasure chest things where you play the slot machine to get your upgrades and stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, I pretty much found the weapons that I liked, and then the the spells that I liked, and I would just shoot for those. It depends on which character it was. I didn't really understand what the bear traps were doing right away, but
Yeah.
yeah, you throw out these bear traps, and then it would just hold the enemy in place for a bit, and then you
Yeah.
could just sit there and like shoot them without them running up on you.
Yeah.
The one I did like though is the ninja. Like if you upgraded her throwing stars, like
Mhm.
it got pretty crazy where she was throwing like I don't
Yeah.
know 5 or 7 of them at a
Yeah.
time. It's just constant. That was pretty effective, especially if you could get kind of close up and then you get like a concentrated burst.
Yeah. Yep.
That was fun stuff.
Yeah, it was a good
Um,
game, good call, good suggestion. I enjoyed myself with it. So yeah, I definitely would just pick it up on sale though. I think it's like regular $10 or something, which isn't horrible, but
it's not too bad, especially if you want to support an indie developer. But
yeah.
yeah, it shows up on sale pretty often.
For $2, which is like, I think I would pick it up though. Like I said, like, well, I did leave myself some content, so like it was kind of fun to go back to after a couple of months and kind of relive April all over
Yeah.
again. But yeah, if you exhausted all the content in it, I guess there really isn't too much left in it. But like
Yeah.
vampires,
Unless
like
you, I
vampires.
mean, it'd be like you sit down and play for an hour, and then you put it away for another couple months.
Yeah, yeah. It was a little daunting sometimes. So like, oh, I got to survive this thing for a half hour. Am I really going to do this for the next half hour? And somehow did.
Well, yeah. I mean, I had that mentality, but then sometimes it was like, am I going to last for a half an hour?
Mm.
Oh, I didn't make it. Let me try again. Let me
Yeah,
try
yeah.
again. Let me try again. It's like, how
Yeah.
much time have I sat here?
Yeah.
Did you get the machine gun for the gunslinger?
I think so. There was a Uzi and I think a machine gun, but I don't know if I used it. I can't remember.
It's pretty good when you get into like there's like tons of enemies.
Yeah.
The machine gun and the rocket launcher, they're great. You just have to be careful about that back blast.
Mm. Yeah.
No, it's fun stuff.
Yep. Good job. All right. So there you go. That's Bloodshed. Pick it up on anything, really. You can pick, I think you can.
It's one of thousands and thousands of video games out there.
So
but
many
it's a good one.
games. It's ridiculous how many games there are. I couldn't like even trying to remember the name of this game because it's just like, is it Blood West, Blood something, Blood? I can't remember. Bloodshed. Take you out to the back behind the shed. Bloodshed. But yeah, it reminded me too of this other game I played, Dusk. Like the art style of it, and that is very kind of similar, like dark, muted tones. Like it's gothic kind of look to it.
It also had there were very few like boss characters.
Yeah.
But actually there was one I really liked because I had just never seen it in a game before, where you fight a character who's like this giant boss, but as he takes damage, he gets smaller.
Yeah, that was cool.
Smaller.
Yeah.
And then, he gets faster too.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, okay, that's neat. Because normally you just, I could stay away from the big thing and shoot it, but that was a nice little challenge.
Yeah.
The game was fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't taking itself seriously. All the cultists were like little guys going,
yeah. Yeah, it definitely was cartoony. And yeah, nothing to take too serious. But it's good fun.
It was a silly little game. It's kind of game I like.
Yep, for sure. All right, there you go. 2 thumbs up.
Not like this Prey game you got me playing.
You're not liking it? You're not enjoying it?
I played it a little bit more last night. I played it two days so far.
Okay.
Where I sat down for like an hour or so the first day, and then I played a little bit more last night. So it's just like, different style of gaming. This is very, very much more you have to focus and pay attention to what you're doing.
You do, yeah. Okay, well, I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to spoil it, but
you're still in it? Have you?
I'm still in
it?
I have not finished it because I want to play more of it closer to when we will actually do a podcast on it. But
It's going to take me that long to get through it because I looked it up and it said to complete the game is anywhere from 16 to 48 hours, something like that. So it's one of those, if you want to spend all your time looking around every corner, doing every side mission, reading every email,
that's me.
Yeah, it'll take time.
I do want to do that in this.
That's the tough thing, is because like part of me is curious, like, hey, what's on that computer over there? What's in that locker? But at the same time, like, boy, I'm taking a long time to get out of this one room.
It's there's a lot to look at. It's a way different game than Bloodshed. The only perspective, first person. That's it. That's the only similarity, I think. But that's not going to be our next show. That might be the show after, depending on how far Richard gets. But the next one, we're going to be going back to a movie, and we're going to the 1980 classic musical comedy. Yeah, musical comedy. Yeah. Sure. The Blues Brothers, which we have referenced a lot on this show, but I don't think we've actually done a deep dive on the Blues Brothers. So that will be fun. Good time.
Yeah. So you just had the inkling. It's time to watch Blues Brothers again.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's been, geez, I can't remember the last time I watched it. I can't remember.
It's probably been a couple of years for me.
Yeah.
Now, just to be clear, we are doing the original Blues Brothers. We're not touching the sequel.
No, I mean, if you want to watch it, you go right ahead.
I've never seen it, so I just need to know if I need to look for it.
Nah, the only cool thing about that movie is the cameos from all the blues artists. Like he had B.B. King and Eric Clapton, and those are the two I remember. There was a ton of others, but yeah, it wasn't a good movie. The original is lightning in a bottle. You just can't recreate that. You can't do it.
You can't crash that many cars anymore.
There were a lot of car crashes in the sequel. There were. They did stick to that tradition, but it just kind of yeah.
Real actual car crashes, not CGI stuff.
It came out in the late 90s.
Like early okay.
All right. Like there was no I mean, it was
2 years ago.
I mean, they flirted with CG back then, but yeah, there was no way they were going to be able to pull that off in the 1890s. Yeah, that one. It was all real.
You get to see a Toys R Us again
in the mall. Yeah, you get you can pause the screen and just look at all the stores that you used to go to when you were a kid.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Oh, and there was a whole thing. Red Letter Media did a whole thing on, in the Blues Brothers where they come up to that, they're on the freeway and they come up to that part of the freeway where it's not done yet, and they have to back up the blues. That was actually all shot in Milwaukee. It wasn't in Chicago, and so the Red Letter Media guys went to the spot where they shot that and showed how it was all done in Milwaukee. So a lot of the movie was actually shot in Milwaukee. Yeah. Fun fact. Nice. There you go. There's a little fun fact to whet your appetite for the next Fandango. Coming up next month. Okay. Anything else you want to talk about?
Well, I got a few things. I did go to the movie theater.
So did I.
Which is what I was talking about with the logging out of things or being logged out.
Oh yeah.
Because at the big movie theater they had a thing where you get the card, the membership, and then you can go on a certain day of the week and you get a discount on your ticket, or you watch a certain number of movies and then you get a free movie. Like you go watch 6 movies, you get to see one for free. But of course, they had to get rid of the card system because they want you to have an application instead.
Right. Yeah.
Take out a physical piece of plastic from your card and show it to somebody. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Application you can show to a machine. They don't need people there. So I had to get that application, and that was like a whole problem when I got it. But anyway, I was like, okay, going to the movies, go to the little choose your own ticket machine there. It's like, okay, do you have an application? I sure do. Take out my phone, pull it up. You need to log in. It's like, what do you mean I need to log in? I never logged out. Ah, you need to log in. Well, I'm standing here in the movie theater. I don't have my login information. My password is written on a piece of paper back at home. Couldn't get any didn't get counted for my ticket that I bought. Like, all right, what am I doing here? I'm not earning any points. Had to pay full price for my movie theater experience.
That sucks. How much is a movie there? How much?
Oh boy, I'd have to do the exchange rate here. Hang on.
When did you go? Was it a matinee or like a?
No, I went on the weekend.
Okay.
Well, wait a minute. Hang on, everybody. I'm working on this.
Well, while he's working on that, I'll just say,
okay, it came.
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
I got. It came out to $17.54 Canada dollars. $17.54.
So I got you beat. It was $18.09.
9 cents. They don't even knock that off for you.
Nope.
Can't say, hey.
Nope.
How about a flat 18?
And if you paid cash, it'd be $18.10. Because if you pay cash, they round up because they got rid of the penny. We don't have a penny in Canada.
Really?
So if you're going to pay cash, they round.
Are those collector's items now? Can you send those out in the mail?
I have. If they are, I have about 1,000 of them in a bucket somewhere that I need to get rid of. Yeah. Yeah. So what movie did you go see?
Well,
did you spend $17.54?
More, because my daughter went with me and I had to pay for her ticket, which was half price.
She couldn't just sit on your lap and call it a day.
Well, she's almost 17, so I don't think that.
Jeez, how much time has passed? Oh my goodness! Wow.
Well, I had been seeing thumbnails for a while that I was like, is this real or is this some AI thing? And over time, I realized, no, this actually is real. They made a new He-Man movie. It's like, oh, that's real. And so for I had seen, little things of people online saying, I'm watching the new He-Man movie. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna watch my Dolph Lundgren He-Man movie.
Yeah.
To get me in the mood. I was like, I sat down, I watched that, and I was like, yeah, this movie's still terrible. But I don't know. There's a little part of me that's just like, that He-Man movie. I can't hate it. It's not a good movie.
No.
But I was like, I wonder when this is actually coming out in Japan. And I looked it up and I was like, oh, it came out a week ago. I had no idea. It opened up the same time as it did out west. But I had seen no advertisement. I saw no commercials, no YouTube ads, no social media posts. I don't think anyone was advertising this movie here. So I was like, okay, if I want to see this thing, I better go see it now because it's going to disappear. And even when I went to see it, it was on a very small screen, even though it was, opened a week ago earlier. So I don't know who cares about He-Man in Japan. So when I saw the He-Man movie, what movie did you see?
He-Man.
Yeah.
we were out with friends and we finished up our dinner. I got pickerel, pan fried pickerel.
Pickerel. I used to catch pickerel.
And I asked them, does this pickerel have any breading on it? They said no. And then it came and it had flour on it. So I couldn't eat it. So you
just looked at it.
So I had rice and salad for dinner, and they actually took the fish off the bill, which okay, fine, whatever. But Anyways, so yeah, we were out and our house was a mess. We didn't feel like coming back to our place. So like, let's do something else. Let's do like, so coming back here, let's go do something. So we went, looked up the movies. It was the only movie that was like halfway interesting to all of us. So yeah, I saw the He-Man movie, Masters of the Universe. What'd you think of it?
So, well, my thumb is like this.
Wow.
There are parts of this movie I absolutely really enjoyed. I was so into certain aspects of it. And I was like, oh, you know what? They're just embracing it. They got the costumes. Eternia looks great. It's like, oh boy, He-Man, he holds up that sword and he says, I by the power of Grayskull, I have the power. And
Yeah.
like there were parts of it I was like, this is really fun when they just have fun with the idea. But the other half of the film, it's that humor that I just don't understand.
Yeah.
I can't wrap my head around it. Do people really enjoy that sort of awkward, stop the movie, build up tension, build up some emotion, and then just drop it out? Everyone stands around telling the same stupid joke over and over again for like a minute and just like, get on with it. Why do you do this? And the movie was 2 hours and 20 minutes, which it could easily have been cut down by like 30, 40 minutes. And all you had to do was take out all the stupid jokes and awkward pauses and all that other nonsense that for some reason has been the trend for like the past, I don't know, 15 years or so.
I blame The Office.
Could be.
I blame The Office.
Yeah, it's a lot of that kind of humor.
Which works.
I'm also wondering,
which I've said this a million times. It works for something like The Office because they are doing the mundane. It's a mundane job working in the paper merchant.
Yeah,
what they're doing is fantastic on Eternia. It's fantastical. It doesn't work. Like,
yeah,
I'm a guy that's going to take over Eternia, and I'm going to take over the world. I'm going to take down Castle Grayskull. But let's crack a few jokes first. Let's be cash.
Gotta do the stupid jokes.
Let's be cash.
And it's like everything that I predicted, because I didn't watch the trailer, I didn't watch any reviews or anything. I just figured, all right, if I'm gonna see it, let me just go see it and make my own judgment. And I had certain fears in my head. It's like, oh, they're gonna do the stupid, awkward humor. Yes, they did. They're gonna make fun of the names. Yes, they did. And boy, that took up so much time. Just oh boy, you can't just have anyone be like who they are, except for Skeletor and Evil Lyn. They didn't have to explain their names away, but every other character they had to like, why are you called this? And I was excited. I started watching movies like, oh wow, there's Ram Man, there's Mechanic. They got all these characters in here. I didn't know they were going to do all that. It's great. And then the movie can't enjoy itself. It had to get bogged down in all of that stupid, awkward humor.
Yeah.
So yeah, part of me really likes it, but part of me just I can't tolerate that. It's just cut all that stuff out. I think there's a good fan edit in there somewhere where you can have a watchable movie.
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't like it on any level. I hated it
on any level.
I mean, I just thought the whole thing was okay. I did like the look of Skeletor. I thought he looked pretty cool. I didn't know it was Jared Leto playing him until the credits rolled at the end. His performance didn't move me either way. Like people are like, oh, what? Like at the end, like when we got out of it, my friend Frank, he kind of liked it. And he's like, well, yeah, it was campy and all. And I was like, for me, it wasn't campy enough. It just like they wanted to be serious but funny at the same time. And it just like it didn't seem like as if it fit on either. Like to me, you got to embrace one or the other. You're going back and forth, and you can't. You just can't. It doesn't work. You're just switching gears, and it takes me right out of it. I didn't like exactly. I didn't like the effects. I didn't like how anything looked. Everything was just in front of green screen. I'll tell you, I put in a Richard movie. I only got about a half an hour into it, but I found a copy of Clash of the
Hey,
Titans.
there you go. Mhm.
I got about a half hour into it, and so it's all right so far. But it was just so nice to see them actually shoot on location, like they're
Like in
fighting in the
sand.
woods. Well, they're fighting in the woods, and there's like trees and everything behind them. And I was like, wow, they used to actually go to places to shoot movies instead of just on a sound stage in front of green screen. You know, I rewatched Doctor Strange, and that's a very green screen movie. And then, yeah, this one was just so much green screen, and you know, it just takes me right out of it. It's like, I don't.
You're watching, yeah.
I'm watching
You're just
people.
watching cartoons. Why just turned it into a whole cartoon?
Well, they're just performing in front of a green screen. Like there's nothing there. Like there's no sense of danger, urgency, or anything. I don't know. I thought all the humor was like really off. You know, I get what they were like. I don't disagree with the message that they were trying to do about like, you know, male mental health and all that stuff, and that's fine. But it was very ham-fisted. It wasn't done in a clever way. It wasn't done in a, you know, and you know, they're trying to be tongue in cheek about it while taking it seriously at the same time. It just, I don't know. It
felt off to me because there were certain things that just didn't make sense. Like I didn't like anything that was on Earth because that's where like the majority of the awkward humor was. But the idea of it, I was fine with. The idea of like He-Man not being He-Man but it would make more sense because he didn't like his job. He's working in human resources and he doesn't like his life. He doesn't like his job. It would make more sense if he did.
Right.
And like that's what he was into. And then he goes to Eternia and he's trying to like, hey, let's resolve this and you know, let's get a dialogue going and all that kind of stuff.
100%. Like the film would have benefited so much if at the beginning of the film they showed Adam in his element. He's working as in human resources, and there's like a dispute and he's resolving it. He knows exactly what to do.
Yeah.
And that would have been such a good moment to bring onto Eternia. And he tries to do that with Skeletor and all that and fails or something like that. That would have been funny. You know, that would have been
because they have
interesting.
established he's not interested in his job, but then later on he's like, yeah, I'm an expert at this. This is what I do all day. But no, you showed us you hate that stuff and you're not good at that. And you're getting fired from your job.
Well, the only indication that we got that he was good at it is that his boss, who doesn't like him, said that he was good at his job and that's why he was there. But they really needed to show that to the audience.
Yes.
Not that they needed to make the movie any longer than it already was, because it is over long. But that would have been
again that's largely pacing. There were so many slow down moments in that where it's just the dumb humor.
Well, and a lot of it just didn't make sense. Like the one scene that starts off where he is on a date and he's explaining to this potential girlfriend on, I don't know if it was their first date or later on or something like that, how many dates they had, but he's like explaining all of his wacky backstory about how he's actually an alien. He was sent to Earth through a portal. I don't know how he became an adult. I don't know if he was
or how he survived. Did he get picked up by like an orphanage or something?
I don't know
over all that.
But they don't explain any of that. But he's telling this woman all of his crazy backstory. It just sounds insane, right? And you know, she rejects him. He comes home and he's complaining to his roommate. His roommate's
it's the perfectly obvious. He's talking, looking down, and when he looks up, she's gone. You're just waiting for it. It's like I know what's going to happen. Just get to it.
Get to it already. Yeah, and it just kept going and going. Anyways, he gets to his roommate. His roommate's like, "Did you tell her your crazy backstory?" He's like, "Yeah, I thought it was time or whatever." And it's like, why was he telling anyone this? None of this makes any sense. Is he stupid? Is he smart? Is he like, nothing?
Yeah, that's the other thing is it's the awkward humor and everyone turns into an idiot when that awkward humor comes around.
Yeah.
Everybody's IQ drops. And the one that gets me the most, those stupid cops, they pick them up and then they're in the car Hey, nice sword, Highlander. That works fine.
Yeah.
Then what does the other cop do? Yeah, nice sword. Rip Van Wink. What are you, a Highlander? It's like
Yeah, they could have
it's
just left
this.
it at.
Do people laugh at
I don't
this?
know.
I don't get it.
You know,
I don't get it.
I only heard one. So I was in the theater I was in was fairly packed. We went on a Saturday evening, and I would say it was about half full. I thought movies were dead, man. They keep going on about how the theater was dead, but if all those people paid $18 and sit and 9 or 10 cents
Mhm.
to watch that movie, they made bank that night off this film. And I heard one person like really laugh out loud once. The people behind us, I guess, kind of laughed a few times. I don't know, but it was all at the obvious things. Like they had to wedge in the meme with the Four Non Blonde song in there.
Mhm.
So that was like completely wedged in, and then they wedged in Dolph Lundgren in there as well.
Oh, they didn't. I wish they had just wedged him in. He had way too much dialogue.
No, they
His
that
his initial his initial line of "Hey, you're in my place," that was great. I like that.
yeah, they
Then
could have
he just
stopped it
has
there.
this whole could have stopped it right there, but they had
Yeah,
to he had to give him a little life advice and then do the good journey thing and
yeah,
it's
it
like
was dumb.
ah
Yeah, it was
too
dumb.
much, too
No,
much.
it felt wedged into me because it made no sense why he would be working out at this point in time when I don't know. He's supposed to be looking
Um,
for the sword. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, and
none of it.
that I mean that was a whole nother thing of like on Earth he's supposed to be some kind of wimp, but you can clearly see that
Yeah,
his
he's ripped.
muscled physique
Yeah.
and he just wears baggy sweatshirts. It's like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, I'm like a little
if
wimp.
like they could have done it like they did, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago in Captain America, where they just kind of CG'd him as
Skinny body.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I mean we've gotten
Good
past
enough
this
CG.
technology. Gotten past like they've done they do everything in front of green screen now. They can't make that look good. I don't know.
I wish they had just worked on the story a little bit more.
Yeah, the script. If the
I
script
mean,
was good, I wouldn't be complaining about anything really. It just that's what it comes down to. It just was not
I
good.
was just scratching my head through parts of it. There's one he's looking for this sword, then he gets the message on his phone. It's like, "Hey, I found your sword. It's yours for like $300."
Yeah,
And then he goes to this store, and for no reason, the guy he's talking to is like, "Just come inside. You'll know me." Then
which
there's
made
this
no
long
sense.
scene of him going to person after person, like, "Do you have my sword?" And then, like, why didn't the guy just tell him? And then he never asks for any money.
Yeah,
He
he's
just
like, "There's your
shows
sword,"
up.
and they were about the $300. Like none of that made any sense to me.
It's
Zero.
just they're too busy making like this would be a funny joke. This would be, oh my god,
Yeah,
this is going to be so funny.
we're
Should do
gonna.
this.
It's gonna be
Why don't?
funny when the girl that works at this comic book shop where the sword is and should be totally disgusted by him, instead asks him if he is single.
Yeah,
That's what they were building up to, and the whole thing was just dumb. It didn't make any sense whatsoever.
yeah.
Come to this place, I got and give me $300 and I'll give you the sword. So he shows up to the place. The guy doesn't tell him what he looks like, just says, "Come into the store, you'll know."
Mhm.
So now He-Man has to go around asking everyone where if you're the guy with the sword, and then eventually he finds him and he says, "There's your sword right there. I'll see you later." Like what?
Yeah,
What? I had to walk
are we
through.
supposed to laugh that it's just?
I just had to
Uh,
walk through it one more time just to like understand that it
no, that's what
was
happened.
baffling. It was baffling. It was totally
That's
baffling.
why I
Like,
like. As soon as I finished this movie, I asked my daughter, I was like, "What do you think?" She's like, so."
okay.
Like,
So I was
yeah,
gonna say
same thing.
I was gonna ask because maybe it's like a generation thing. Like we just don't understand it. Maybe like the younger generation gets it. Maybe
No,
it's
and I
their
mean, the only knowledge she has is probably 10 years ago. Maybe we watched a few episodes of He-Man.
yeah,
I think that's her only knowledge of it.
yeah.
And she was like, nah, it's just nope. I mean, for that reason, I think the original movie is better just because it takes itself seriously and it gets to the point. it's stupid,
Yeah.
but it's, if anything, it works better as a movie. Just
Yeah.
as like, here are the things we're trying to do. Do it.
I must say I have seen every live action He-Man film in the theater now.
Oh
Yeah,
wow!
I did go see
Feather in your cap,
I
huh?
did go see the original Masters of the Universe. That was my mom. My mom was like, I better take him to see this. I better take him to see He-Man because he's such a big He-Man fan. We'll take him. We'll take him to
Wait a
see the
minute,
He-Man.
you must have been like 15 years old or something when that came out.
When did that movie come out? 87? I would have been 11.
I think 87. Okay.
Yeah, I was 11. Come on. I'm
All
not, I'm old, but I'm not Joe old. Joe would have
Gotcha.
been 63, I'm pretty sure. Or 4. Maybe it was
Okay.
64. I don't know. So
Well,
there
I
you go.
got a couple other movies here. I'm just going to talk about super quick. I did rewatch What About Bob the other day.
My buddy Frank just watched that too. Yeah.
Still hilarious.
Yeah.
Still a movie that has not made it to Blu-ray.
Yep.
Gotta have the DVD.
Yeah, we were at a thrift store. I was at a thrift store with my buddy Frank one time, and Frank's like, "Hey, they got What About Bob here?" And I'm like, "You better pick that up. It hasn't been hasn't made it to Blu-ray yet." So he turned around to go pick it up, and some guy had swiped it. Some guy had
Did
heard
they hear
me,
you?
and whoop, and Frank's like, "Oh, it was just here," and the guy's like, "Yeah, I got it." So that's been eaten in Frank's craw for a couple of years now. So he finally found a copy on Amazon for like $5. So he picked it up.
Nice. Yeah, it's really weird because it was Touchstone, which is Disney.
Yep.
Like why would they not have the rights like locked down?
Well, I think it might be on Disney Plus or something like that. It's just Blu-ray rights to put movies on Blu-rays are a whole other thing. You got to pay the almighty Sony to get it on that format, and then the actors and all that have a different set of licensing and all that you have to go through in order to put it on there.
Oh boy. It better not be Bill Murray holding things up again, just like he did with Ghostbusters.
No, I don't think so. But I think it's a union thing and a format thing, and I don't know. Anyways, yeah.
Well, the one thing that I wanted to mention is I just looked at the cover and realized, look how much Bill Murray looks like Butthead.
Yeah, he does kind of have a butthead.
The hair, the shirt, the clothes, everything. It's like,
well,
did Mike Judge rip off his look?
He might have. I mean, they did intentionally want to make him look goofy, right? So, yeah.
We talked quickly. Maybe it was off the air. I don't know, about like you had seen Send Help.
Yes.
And we were just talking about Sam Raimi. There's a Sam Raimi movie I had never seen before, and I finally watched it. Have you ever seen Drag Me to Hell?
Yes, and I loved it. I thought it was great.
Me too. I was so shocked when I saw this. I looked and I said, "What? PG-13?"
Yeah, I
Sam
know.
Raimi.
I know.
Like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
But boy, he knows how to do a PG-13. This is so much fun.
Yeah.
But I got the unrated, so technically this is an R.
Right.
There's just like a couple seconds of blood there, but
yeah.
Oh boy, was that movie fun.
Yeah, it was really good. I remember I watched it with my mom, and when we were done, my mom was like, "That was the dumbest thing I ever seen." That means it's good, Ma. It's perfect.
Oh boy, that was great. And last thing I'll mention, I know you're a big fan of this series, but I watched Highlander Endgame for the first time.
I'm not a fan of the series, the movie or the TV series. Let's put that to bed.
Here's the thing: the original Highlander.
Yeah,
I flip-flop on that, whether I really like it or not. It's kind of like some days I'm into it, some days I'm not.
Yeah.
The second movie was touted as being like one of the worst movies ever when it came out. It had that reputation of like it was just so bad, incomprehensible nonsense. It has been re-released as a renegade cut, I think it's called, where they basically erased a lot of the stuff that was stupid, tried to make it more comprehensible. It's not as bad as the theatrical cut, but it still had that stigma of being one of the worst movies ever made. And then there was Highlander 3, which I saw years ago. I don't remember anything about that. And then I had heard about this one because they made a TV show where it was like, you get the original Christopher Lambert was in the movies, and then you got this guy over here who
Right.
did the TV show.
Okay.
And this was basically the Star Trek Generations, put them
Oh,
both
okay.
together in the same movie.
Yeah.
Kind of like, pass the torch
Right.
kind of situation.
Did this come out
I know
before
this
the TV series? Like it was like a
No, this
the
was
lead-in?
after. I think it was
okay.
after the series had, or yeah, because there
Okay.
are characters in here from the show. I saw a little bit of the show, but I'm not a big expert on it or anything. This movie got bad reviews. It's not a good movie, but I would say, and from my own personal experience, this might be the absolute worst movie I've ever seen.
Wow.
It's bad on so many levels.
Worse than He-Man?
Worse than He-Man, if you can believe it.
I want to see
And
this
there's
now.
also it might be the worst movie I've ever seen. It's just so unclear because it's the same thing of like it's who's the main character. You got like the two guys and you're focused on the one, then suddenly it becomes the other guy's movie. None of the stuff makes sense. You're constantly time traveling, past, future, all this stuff. Terrible acting, terrible effects. I think it takes the cake. It's the current champion of the worst movies I've ever seen.
What's the subtitle of it?
Highlander Endgame.
Endgame. I got to see this now. I want to watch it.
Are you at all familiar with the TV show?
I mean, I can't remember a thing about it. I used to run it. I used to run Highlander and Highlander the Raven, and they were
right. There was a second show,
and there were kind of shows that I would put on, make sure the audio and video were acceptable, and then turn my brain off of it while I either did some work off to the side or did something else.
Okay, because I mean, it might not make any sense at all to you if you don't have any familiarity with that, and even I have a passing knowledge of it, but it's bizarre. It's an artifact. I mean, if you actually watch this, we'll have to talk about it. But,
all right, I do want to see it. I haven't been. So, is that it for your movies? Have you?
Yeah, that's it. I just wanted to mention those things.
I haven't been watching many movies lately because Sarah has not been. Like, I kind of watch movies with Sarah. We kind of watch. We were in the habit of watching a movie every night, but recently we discovered a TV show called Taskmaster, and we have been hooked on that. You've the series. You've watched it.
Well, you mentioned it.
Oh, I did. Okay.
Maybe you mentioned. Maybe it was off the air. I don't remember.
Well, we're on series 8 with season 8. So they would do like 2 a year. The show started in like 2015. So we're still in like 2018 or 19 or something like that. But yeah, it's fun. It's like basically they take comedians. It's a British show. It's out of Britain. And they take comedians and they give them these little jobs, tasks to do. And they're in competition. It's either a time task or a skilled task or something like that. Or the taskmaster judges their results. And it's just a real fun time. It's a good time. It's like a reality TV show, sort of like a competition show. But, the contestants are funny comedians. They're not people that are terrible that you wouldn't cross the street to go and shake their hand or anything like that. You wouldn't want to. These guys are fun. So, been just enjoying that. They're all up on YouTube. You can go check them out. Just put your ad blocker on. You don't have to worry about any ads and go to town. But yeah, but just enjoying that and just powering through that. But this is the quickest we've ever 8 seasons in. There's only 10 episodes, per season. I think the earlier ones even had less than 10. So it's not like a ton. And, there are only 44 minutes for each episode, but they fly right by. And having a good time with that. So.
Nice. I'm still working my way through Next Gen. That's taken me a couple. Oh boy, half a year already.
Where are you at with that now?
I'm a little bit into season 6. Just finished a fistful of datas and
Oh yeah.
the XComp episode.
Oh
Those
yeah.
little robots that Data feels like, oh, these things are alive.
Yeah,
You can't
yeah.
send them in there.
One of
It's
those
good. I mean, I was slowing down because I was watching all the extras,
right.
But I think there are some I'm starting to skip now. Like there was an hour plus interview with the composers and stuff. I started watching it. I'm like, I appreciate the work you do, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna sit through this whole interview.
Right. Did you see that that Jonathan Frakes and Brent Spiner have a podcast?
Yeah, we talked about that.
Oh, we did?
Brett and Johnny.
Right. Okay.
Something. I watched a few of them, but then I stopped. So I haven't seen like the more recent ones.
It's just funny because the show is not supposed to be about Star Trek, but then every episode
But it is.
ends up being about Star Trek.
How can it not be? How can it not?
I don't know, but like, so recently, like I haven't really watched any, but a lot of what's been discussed on that show has been coming up on my news feed because they keep peeling back the curtain on a lot of things. So like apparently, like the director of Nemesis, which was the basically the film that killed the Next Generation movie franchise, apparently like they didn't get along with him at all. He wasn't a director, right? He was an editor who won like a lot of awards for editing and actually like saved a few projects from being like bombs and that. So like he was very respected. So this was like they wanted to give him he wanted to direct a movie. So there, let's give him Star Trek, see what happens. And apparently like they wanted to, like Jonathan Frakes and Brent Spiner and a few of the other actors wanted to meet with the director to discuss the character and discuss the story and how it's going to go forward and all that stuff. And this director just said, nah, not interested. That's a good way to start.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a daring move. It's your first directorial, your directorial debut, and you're saying, nah, I don't care about doing any research or planning.
We'll just shoot a movie.
Let's just have Picard drive around in a dune buggy.
Well, apparently that was Patrick Stewart's idea. Apparently,
I heard that was kind of a mix. The screenwriter, John Logan, put that in there because he knew Patrick Stewart liked off-roading.
Okay.
And it just seemed like such a stupid movie. But then that screenwriter went on to have quite a successful career. He worked with like Scorsese and James Cameron, and he wrote like The Aviator and Gladiator and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it was like, oh boy, but you wrote Nemesis.
Yeah, well, same like this director's a like highly acclaimed editor, worked on a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know what. I don't know if it's worth looking up, but yeah.
I don't know why they wouldn't just let Jonathan Frakes do it again. I mean,
well, to be honest, the previous movie didn't do that well, right? So
fair enough. He mentioned on that podcast that he's been in director's prison because he directed that movie Thunderbirds. Like the live action with Kid Thunderbirds, and that movie bombed, so that kind of stopped his film directing career.
I know he did.
That's true. You don't make money, they don't hire you again.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to, right? I know he did a few episodes of the new Star Trek, but I guess that's done. I saw a thing where for the first time, now I don't know if this is exactly true, because when did Enterprise go off the air?
That was 2004, 5, something like that.
Okay. Well, maybe. So I saw a thing where for the first time in 60 years, there is no Star Trek or Doctor Who in production because they basically canceled Doctor Who. I think the last episodes came out in 2004 and they haven't made anything since. But Doctor Who was off the air from the late 80s to 2006, I think, is when the new series was rebooted, but maybe there was some overlap with production. Maybe they started production before Enterprise went off the air. So maybe, but anyways, that's something. 60 years with either a Star Trek or a Doctor Who in production. And yeah, this is the first time. Nothing.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, it's just one of those things. Like, if it does come back, is it going to be any better?
Well, apparently Paramount is going all in on movies, Star Trek movies, which is, not really a good idea because Star Trek was always worked better as a TV show. The problem is that the TV shows that they've been deciding to make have just been crap. That's what it comes right down to. Like, they're just not very good. It has nothing to do with the whole woke thing or whatever the hell it is. Like, Star Trek has always been about social commentary and exploring norms and challenging the norms and Star Trek, the original Star Trek was woke for its time. They had a black person on the bridge, a black woman on the bridge, an Asian guy at the helm, a Russian right in the middle of the Cold War, smack in the middle of the Cold War, right there. It's always been like that. The difference is that the shows that they wrote right now, they're just terrible. They're not very good. They're not executed very well.
Star Trek, I mean, again, going back to that Brett and Johnny, they talked about this a few times on their podcast of, that they weren't allowed to improvise, and there was a certain heightened level to the characters. They weren't regular day-to-day people. They didn't behave like that. They behaved a little bit more stiff and formal because that was the vision of the future. People had gotten past stupidness,
Well,
there wasn't television anymore, and there wasn't awkwardness and stuff. It was like people were professionals. They were aboard a starship. They behaved a certain way. They held themselves, carried themselves a certain way, and that continued for the most part through like Deep Space Nine and Voyager, even into Enterprise a bit. But then it started creeping in. Let's have them behave more like people now behave, and you lose a bit of that. You lose a bit of the intelligence and the the people having a higher image of themselves and just going for the betterment of humanity.
I think it depended on where they were like if they were on the bridge, right? They were because they were at work, yes. Right? But if they were in Data's apartment talking about Spot the cat or whatever, they'd be a little more a little more
casual, but there was still a line. They still held themselves to a certain standard that it was like, there was never lowbrow,
yeah, I mean the movies I think the movies at times could get a little bit, and then
the movies were a different audience. They knew they were going for a broader, like, we got to appeal to a bunch of people. But the television show, it had more intelligence.
It's just written better. It just comes down to it. It was just written better. They had a vision of who the characters were and how it's all supposed to be designed, and what they were doing with that. Like Lauren Holly's a great actress, but she, freaking lying down on the on the captain's chair, she's all slouched down and all that, reading a book. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. What is going on with this show? It's just, but that's not even like, that's just like a minor detail to the major problems with those shows, and they've already been pulled off the air. They're already canceled. So I don't know. Hopefully they can pull it out of their ass, but I don't.
I'm okay with my Blu-rays and DVDs.
Yeah, I mean, maybe
Star
it is
Trek
done.
And Next Generation.
Maybe it is just done. Maybe it's just time to let it go to rest. Like, sometimes you just need to do that. Sometimes just let it lie for a decade, and then maybe bring it back. Like Doctor Who, it was done for about 15 years. It was like from 1989 to 2005. They did one movie. And then when they brought it back, it was gangbusters. It was great. And then, kind of petered out at the end there. I don't even think I watched any of the last Doctor. But maybe it's just time just to let it sit for a bit and wait for an opportunity to come back. People burn out on things too, and enough.
Yeah, just make something new.
Yeah.
What about Bob? That was a unique movie.
It was different. It was for its time. Yeah. Well, I think I said everything. I don't think I got anything left. Got my guitar.
I'm good. So what have you been
don't
playing on your guitar?
Well, you don't know the band Sloan. They're a Canadian band.
I've heard you mention them. That's about it.
I've been trying to learn some of their songs by ear, not take stuff off of the tabs, but that and just like my standard AC/DC stuff. And then I've been trying to get more into just different genres and expand like my playability, my ability to play. That's all I've been just working on that, you know. So do you want me to play you something?
You can play us out.
Play you out?
But yeah, play the Duke's theme.
Oh, Duke's theme. Hold on. Let's see. Is this thing plugged in? Oh, it is too. How does Duke's theme go? That's Retro Fandango. I should have got him to give me the chords. I don't know what the chords are for that.
Okay, you got your homework then.
Yeah, it's gonna take me a while.
I'll play whatever you want then.
All right. Hold on.
Play the He-Man song.
I don't know.
That I did like. I did like the intentionally cheesy like air theme. They had the Power Sword ballad or whatever it was in that movie.
Oh, well, they did play a little bit of Queen in there. That was like the Highlander.
Highlander. Oh boy, yeah. That whole scene was stupid. They had all the champions of Eternia locked in this one cave, and it takes He-Man to come in to say, "Hey, dummies, it's Rock up there. Why don't you, Ram Man, jump up and smash this thing?" That was stupid. I'm gonna. Sorry, are you going to another He-Man rant? The whole idea. Skeletor took over like 15 years ago, something like that. He came in, he destroyed Eternia, Eternos, and he, the champions couldn't stop him.
No.
Then suddenly, at the end of the movie, there's a fraction of them left. There's like this tiny group. And then they go out and they have this big fight scene, and, everybody's doing their John Wick scene where they beat up 100 guys. It's like, what was the problem? You're fighting them all off right now. Why? He-Man's here, but he didn't do anything to you. Again, if he had given like an empowering speech or something, one of his HR things. But it's just like,
I mean, the idea.
Why couldn't you beat him before? You're doing fine right now.
It's like the idea was there that they were going to do that, but they never fully leaned into it. It just seemed like it was like more implied than actually. I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't very good. All right, do I have any? What do I got here? That half on. Am I even plugged in? I'm not plugged in. This guitar, like, it just doesn't work unless you plug it in. Awful.
What's up with that?
All right, let's put it back on standby here. That's why I was humming.
Oh my goodness, this is a process.
It always is.
You turned it into Scotty over there.
There, can you hear that?
Sure can.
Is it overmodulated? Is it too loud?
It's fine for me. I don't know how it's coming out on the recording.
I don't know either. Well, we'll find out. All right, what song do you want me to play? Do you know Mary Had a Little Lamb? I don't even know it.
I was going to say, I know the song, but I don't hear it.
I can't remember how to play it. It's almost there. It's been a long time.
Play whatever song you think I might know.
That you would know?
Yeah, I might know.
How does it go again? What is it? Something like that. I don't know. You know that White Zombie song, right?
Sure. I can't tell you the name of it, but I recognize that.
19 Thunderkiss, 1965. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, there's that song. What else do you know?
All right, well, give me something AC/DC. I know you practiced a lot of that.
I don't know why I try to play songs I haven't played in a while. I don't know why I don't do that.
Well, then play something that you're good at. Play what you're comfortable with.
Oh, nothing. I can play. You recognize that one?
No, I don't.
Of Jimi Hendrix. Recognize that one?
No.
No, that was Panama by Van Halen.
You're asking the wrong person for this kind of quiz.
Recognize that one? Come on, Tragically Hip. You don't know it? You don't know the hip? No? Don't know that?
No, I mean you're pressing me, but I can't tell you.
I don't know. I don't know what you know. I know you know Michael Jackson. That's about it. That's all. I can play Shoot the Thrill. Hey, man. No?
Hey, you got some practice on that one.
Oh yeah, I know that song. I know that song. So what I've been trying Sloan there, Money City Maniacs. Okay, go. Don't know that one? Oh, you're giving you a headache? You're taking off your glasses now.
Oh, I've had them on for a while.
All right. To play the blues.
Oh, there you go. Set us up for Blues Brothers.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that. There you go. There you go. There's the blues.
There you go. Set up for next month, July, watching the Blues Brothers.
Yeah, it's gonna be good times. Got John Candy in that movie. Get ready for it. That's one of my favorite John Candy roles in that movie. All right. Thanks everybody for watching and listening. Hope you had a good time. If you didn't, let Richard know. Send him an email.
Sure.
And nothing will happen.
If anyone out there liked the He-Man movie, send us an email.
Let us know.
I'd be very curious.
I mean, I'm sure there are people that thought it was great. I thought it was. I did actually see it.
Like I said, I'm half and half. There were parts I enjoyed, and I was like, yeah, this could have been really fun if they had just stuck to this one level.
Yeah, wow. I didn't. Yeah. You know, maybe I've watched too many Marvel movies. It felt like a real bad Marvel movie. You know, maybe I don't know. All right. Enough bitching about He-Man. What could they bring back that we could bitch about? That'd be a whole episode there. We just think of things that they could bring back that we could bitch about.
Well, they already brought back G.I. Joe. That didn't work.
I mean, yeah, that was something else.
The first one I tried to like because I honestly like Steven Sommers as a director. The Mummy movies,
Van
Helsing. I'm fine with those. I think they work great. But yeah, that G.I. Joe movie. What? Alf? You want to bring back Alf?
I think I saw something where they were going to try to do that, but the guy's dead, right? The guy who did the puppet, isn't he? Didn't he
I
pass
don't know.
away?
Alf to me is he's one of those guys like you can't
No,
get a new Alf, you can't get a
no,
new Ernest, you can't get a new Alf.
right.
Um,
They're going
I
to
don't
try
know.
to do Ernest at some point, though. Somebody's going to do. It's going to happen. I could see it. I could feel
I
it.
suppose I don't know.
It's not going to be good.
I,
But
you can't recreate that energy. All you can do is have Ernest make stupid, awkward comments, and everyone slows down and says, "What? Really?
yeah,
Snarky people."
yeah. Precocious young person with Ernest, pointing out how dumb he is. Yeah.
Ernest with a smartphone. I don't think it's gonna work. What about Gremlins? Aren't they supposed to be making a new Gremlins movie? Is that
I don't
actually
know.
happening?
I don't know. That's not a good idea. Let's leave it.
When are Zemeckis and Bob Gale gonna die, and then they can remake Back to the Future?
That's within the next 15 years.
Oh boy, the scripts are already written.
Oh yeah,
They've got people working on this.
They can't wait to bring that back. They so desperately want to make coin off that franchise. Just leave it alone. It's perfect. Don't touch it. Okay. Thanks everybody for listening and watching. Even after we lost steam about 20 minutes ago, you hung in there. Good for you. Give yourself a star. And we say that we'll see you next time. We don't say that.
Well, no.
Yeah.
People might hear us next time.
Maybe.
Just click on the one that says Blues Brothers when you see it.
Yeah. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Fandango.